Welcome to Aaron Plays. In this episode we'll be doing the Coalition's Turn 2. However, there is a little error, well, an error that needs to be corrected over in this area here. The rules as written state that when this gun had chances to opportunity fire on this carrier as they withdrew, when they withdrew from this hex to this hex, which we did correctly, but it should have also taken a shot when it retreated from this hex to this hex, which I didn't do. But when I moved this battery forward to here and then unlimbered, I gave it an opportunity shot, which it shouldn't have done. You get opportunity shots in the rules as written when units spend movement points to move across or away, but not when you do formation changes or facing changes. That's a little house rule that me and my opponent have in place. So that was a mistake, and what I'll do is I'll transfer the loss that was given on this unit to this unit, i.e. keeping the same die rolls. So this battery is actually now at full strength, and when it did its shot in the offensive fire, which it did onto this unit, it still missed. Well, it actually caused a morale check, so I could roll for the morale, but that's been a bit pedantic. So I'm just going to swap the losses here and carry on the turn from there. So yes, there are quite a few sort of house rules that have been introduced, which I'm trying actually to unremember whilst I'm playing this as rules as written. So if little mistakes do crop up like that, it's generally for that reason and purpose, and I will try to avoid those as much as possible. Now, my opponent has sent me quite a detailed breakdown of what he wants the Coalition army to do now, with photographs and everything. So I think he's getting a bit more involved than he thought he was going to do so. However, there will be some retrograde movement around this area and a general counterattack by the Austrian forces on this wing over here by Becker's units. So I will go and achieve as best as possible the objectives he has in mind. Okay, so we are at the stage of the army morale levels. Currently the Austrians and Bavarians have taken 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 actual losses with 2 disorders. So their armies are okay. The French have taken 5 losses with 2 disorders, so that's 7. So again, both armies okay on that regard. Command status or command phase. So the army commander is here. All of his subsequent commanders are all within 10 hexes of him, and all their units are within command range. So command status is fine. Cavalry charge phase. Now, originally in the orders I received, this unit was going to charge these diminished guns, but as been determined, those guns are no longer diminished, and therefore there is no charge. Because if this cavalry unit charges, they will take an opportunity fire as they move from this hex to this hex, and then they would actually potentially take a shot from defensive fire, which is actually strictly not true. If you charge a unit, you cannot receive op fire from the unit that you're charging. So if he declared a charge here, or he could potentially be charging this unit or this unit, he wouldn't receive the op fire from this gun if he declared the charge actually on this gun. You would only get the defensive fire. However, it's still a 6-foot full battery, so he could take potentially heavy losses. So I think it best to be prudent and decide that that charge will not take place. So we move on, well, into the movement phase. So let's start with the movement over here. This unit will be falling back across this bridge into this woods here. A disorganized unit has all round facing, and it has 5 movement points, so it will be 1 into there, 2 across the bridge, 3, 4 in the forest. He's also asked that this cavalry unit here move to here to protect it and to cover the bridge. It's got his facing change to there. This battery remains in this position. This cavalry, which was to charge across here, which he decided to have the better side of valour, I'm now going to move these and stack them together. 8, no, they can't do that. They've only got maximum 7 stacking points of cavalry. Okay, so there's a little bit of a switcheroos of some of this cavalry over here. This cavalry falling back behind the batteries, and this cavalry moving across. 1, 2. Remember, they can't stack with the guns at all, so he wants 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This over here, 9 and 10 cavalry regiments. The 10 on the top, but it's the stronger of the two. With well, it has the better morale of the two. Okay. Now, and this cavalry here. Okay, so this cavalry here to move across to here. This one was the one that was to charge, is now not. This one's going to sit behind the guns, and this cavalry here will fall back to here with them. Okay, some of splitting his cavalry there will have to go over the half their movement potential, so actually gain a fatigue point. As such, this horse battery will limber, move up, and then unlimber, facing east. Okay, Cossacks to remain in position. Okay, Lamotte. Alright, his instructions, most of them are to fall back. This unit here has only got 2 movement points. And line, it looks like he's going to be remaining where he is. He wants these guys to fall back across the stream, and these guys to fall back. So, falling back. Now, guns crossing the stream. So that is 4 movement points to get there, so they can't unlimber. The infantry, a retrograde movement in line costs an extra movement point, and crossing the stream for infantry is an extra +2 movement points in line. So they've only got 3. So to cross from here to here would be 1 for the hex, 1 for the retrograde movement, and an extra 2 for being in line. And unlike a lot of systems, this system says if you haven't got the movement points, you can't do it. So the other option is to go into column. The change in formation is 1. And then that gives them a facing of such. Then they would want to do the retrograde. Well, the facing could be such. So that's 1. Back into that hex for 2. Crossing the stream for 3, because it's a column. Retrograde. Oh, right, so let's do that. Sorry. Change in formation 1. Into that hex for 2. Retrograde for 3. Stream for 4. Change back into line for 5, so they can do it if they go into column. Okay. Now, he sent me nice little photographs of exactly how he wants these, so I'm moving them as such, and I will then have to check his photographs and then tweak it accordingly. Okay, tweak done off camera. So effectively one battalion, these are regiments, one regiment retreated back here with the battery. I'm going to stick the battery underneath so the infantry can still fire if required. These two retreated across this way, leaving this one unit behind. Now this one changes into column, giving a front of such. So it was 1 to change formation, 2, and then 3 back into line there. And Mr. Lamazette will sit here, and we'll actually now have a 2 fatigue marker upon him. Right. So the next is this large 2nd division. So that's got a skirmisher, that's got a skirmisher, that, and that at the present moment. So let's see how these are going to end up. Okay, so I'll have to remove some of the skirmishes here. This guy will come out of the town into that hex there and into line. These skirmishes here, so as they move forward, they remove the skirmishes as the battalion, so as it moves forward the skirmishes have their little say over there, and that's, yep. And again here the 2 skirmishers move out of the way. This unit moves into the town. This unit moves to there. Okay. Okay, so this unit goes 1, 2, facing change for 3. Okay, this gun battery wants to come back. So 1 facing change for 3, so it's 1, except for nothing. Then 1, 2. Okay. On his picture he's got that unlimbered. I'm not sure how he imagined that would actually occur. So if it's facing that way, it gets 1 facing change for 3. 1 into there, facing change for 3. Two, 3. No, it's not going to be able to unlimber. Okay. He's got a gap here. Now, according to his picture, he's got this unit over here in this position. Not sure how it's going to cross there because it costs the units all its movement points to cross this stream. So, I'm going to have it do that. All its movement points and still be in column. Okay. Unit 31. Okay. Well, 1, 2. Becker himself. Well, he's in there with the guns that are unlimbered, which aren't. take them to 2 fatigue. This unit here can go into column for 1, cross the bridge for 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that might be the unit he wants in that position there, in line. Okay, and they are crossing at the present moment. So we'll have them cross there. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense. And then he has the units in line, and that's the 2 fatigue. This battery, right? Okay. This battery will remain where it is. These batteries will remain where they are. The guys at the back here will move into Hanau. Okay. Cavalry units, that's 1, 3, 4, into the city itself. Oh. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with Mr. Ferdinand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the road gain any extra movement, but it's if whole movement along the road, so they end up in there. He's also brought these units back, so he can get into column. Column facing there, free change. That's 1, 2, 3, and the battery. 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. And this infantry here. 2, 4 is 2 for the forest, isn't it? Yeah. 5, 6. 2, 4, 6. And that will go a fatigue point. Okay, I think that will conclude. Oh no, he did mention this chap, the leader, crossing the river, Mr. Verda. Okay. French defensive fire. Alright, so we will be starting from over here. This battery will fire onto this cavalry. Okay, so it'll be 6, 5 firepower. Into this hex here. Okay, for 2. 5 gets a morale check. Which they pass. Okay, moving along. The next battery is this one here, which he's going to fire at Mr. Annoying here. 6, 5 again. That's just the blue dice. Another 2, that's just a morale check. I'm reading that correctly, aren't I? 5, in order to get, you need a 3 for an actual loss. Morale of that battery's 8. They're fine. Yeah, they can take that. Right, this gun here. So it'll be 7, 6, 5 onto him. That is a hit. That is on unit 20. That is their second loss out of 3. Their morale currently is 6. So they fail. So we're in turn 2, so they get a turn 2 marker on them. And they now have to move back towards the lines of communication on 2 hexes to there. They are disordered. Okay, so that was that battery. This battery. Clumsy wrists. Okay. Fatigue 2. Okay. So this battery here, firing onto this unit. So I think this is also a nice. Yeah, so it's 7, 6, 5. Going through the skirmishes makes that a fire value of 4. You know what? I'll combine it with that one, which will also be firing 6, 5, 4 through the skirmishes 3. That makes a total of 7 onto this unit. Two on a 7. That is a step loss on this unit here, which is unit number 19. That is also their second of 3 step losses. Morale is 8 though. Oh, they don't like it. So they go back 2 as well. So towards lines of communication, 1, 2 there. And they get a nice little 2 marker underneath them. Okay, and that skirmisher is removed. Okay. So that's the grand batteries dealt with. Now, moving along here. Alright, so this can't shoot because you can only shoot when you're in column, even though this is a front facing. Actual fact, no, these aren't columns. They're in woods, that's general order. In general order, you've got all round facing. Yes, so, now, firing out of a wood. Just as general order value of 1. Okay, so we have a fire value of 1 onto this unit. With a fire value of 1, you need a 6 for a hit. No. This guy onto this one. Again, firing outwards, fire value of 1. He scores a hit on the 33. Austrian Jaegers. They got a morale of 8. So the grenadiers, the guard, have hurt this Jaeger unit. This unit and this unit will fire on here. So it gives a fire value again. Now this one, 1 because it's in general order. This one, 1 because he is in column. So it's fire value of 2 into that line bit there. No effect. Okay, and that will conclude the French defensive fire. Allied offensive fire. Alright, so we're starting with this battery over here. Again, I perceive the threat mainly from the cavalry, so it will be a fire strength of, now that gun, has he taken a step loss? Unit 12. No, so he's still at strength, so it's 5, 4. That is a miss. This battery, major 5, 5, 4, 3, 2 into the guard. Fire strength of 2. Roll of 4. Sorry, it's rolling off screen. Okay, fire strength of 2 with a 4 is not good enough. Okay, moving down the line. Okay, so we reach this point here. So this unit's got a fire strength of 3, but it's firing into the forest, which is -1, so that's 2. Two with a 6 is good enough. Okay, so that is unit number 3, which is the 1st Grenadiers, the Imperial Guard. Guys with bearskins dropping in the woods. Technically, I've got to do a morale check on them, so here goes. Their morale is 11. Is this where I roll a 12? No, they're okay. So this unit has got a fire strength of 4 into here, and its -1 for the woods is 3. No effect. One colour dice, but, and this one here, alright, better target would be this one, so he would have 4 because he's not covered by the woods. So fire strength of 4. The skirmisher will actually make it a 5. 5 with a 5, I believe, is 1 hit. Just check. Yes, it's 1 hit on MacDonald's unit here, which is unit number 29. Takes their first loss, and their morale is 8. With MacDonald is 10. Yep, they're okay. That concludes the offensive fire. Melee phase. Well, I've received no instructions to melee, so these guys aren't actually that keen to engage the guard in a fisticuff fight, so that doesn't happen. After the melee phase, we have the rally phase. It's too early for these guys to rally, so none of that occurs. Any additional fatigue would be added at this point, which there are none, and then we can put out some skirmishes if there is space for them. This unit here technically could put one out. These here, yep, they can and they can. And that's about it. Okay, that ends the coalition's second turn. I think I've fulfilled my opponent's wishes as best I can. If you like what you've seen, press the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't done so already. Any comments? Anything I've done wrong? I said this is quite a complex game. Not as bad as La Bataille by any means, but it is complex in its own right. And I'm also playing with another game, a game of Salamanca, which I'm using some house rules, and then I'm converting back to the original rules. So there's bound to be a few little tweaks and mistakes, which again we were corrected around here. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye for now.